No problem. This is on par. So this is the first. It's cringy saying it because it's still the name is still a work in progress. The reason why I have it this is because we can't have Toku Talk. Because one, I think it's already taken, and also another one is because that is very limiting.
True, true.
And I am a man of many interests. Not many interested. Hello. So today we are talking, or at least covering the first episode of Geats. Geats came out last week. Let us play the opening first, and hopefully it doesn't crash again. Alright, let's have the opening play out first. So that was the OP. And before we go any further about Geats, Jay, how's your day?
Oh, my day been fine. Okay. I rewatched this episode just for today to refresh the memories that for today lah for the show. Yeah.
For me, not only did I rewatch the whole thing and everything, I also tried to play some of the battle royales as well. Because this show, surprise, surprise, was actually inspired by the modern battle royale genre of the games, like Fortnite, like Apex. He even stated himself actually. So. Okay, let's do a quick rundown of Geats first, right? So we're going to read up. So for those who are not in the know, Geats is the fourth Reiwa rider in the series, making it the 33rd overall. The first episode was aired in 4 September and is written by Yuya Takahashi, who is known for writing X8 and also 01. Now, for a general summary, according to the TV Asahi here, the Desire Grand Prix is a game to protect the peace of the city from the threat of the mysterious enemy called Yamato, whose origin and purpose are unknown. Each participant transforms into a rider and competes to win the game by defeating enemies and saving people. The winner of the Desire Grand Prix will be rewarded with the right to bring an ideal world to life as a prize. In other words, only the true hero wins the competition will be able to realize the world they wish for. AKA, it's basically a Holy Grail war.
Yeah, when you put it that way, it feels very much it.
It's a typical BR situation, because in the game it's easy to justify why you want to play a BR. It's just games. In a story, of course, you would want to write higher stakes and also higher reason for people to kill each other and stuff like that, like Danganronpa Fate-esque storyline where you want to get out, kill each other. Whoever last standing stays. All right, the introduction's out of the way. So, for context, and as the title suggests, Jay never watched Kamen Rider before.
actually.
Okay.
The last time that I remember that I watched by episodes fully, I think it was Ryuki, and it was like ages ago.
And it is only because Ryuki was airing and and I think it's safe to assume that almost anyone, when they say rider, people think of Ryuki. But this man is
it was
a.
on it was on TV.
He was in Cartoon Network as well, actually.
Yeah.
So normally, you would want. And also, this man is also a big Toku fan, but he was on the Sentai side. I couldn't cover Dawn Brothers when it came out because I was having exams. And I was late to the party because by the time I joined, it was like, what, episode 20 already?
Yeah. Around that, yeah.
Around that. So, couldn't cover Dawn Brothers. But, next Sentai, maybe? Ooh. If this takes off properly. Please, don't crash again.
Nobody's just first.
First
Probably
time.
first timer thingy.
Yeah. So, as a newcomer, right? How's your impression? Okay? Tell me how's the impression of riders, especially Reiwa right now, and then you tell me the first episode.
Impression, huh? First impression?
First impression, like the rider, like properly going into rider fandom.
It feels. I guess because I already know the concept, right?
Mhm.
I just never watched it, and there's obviously on Twitter there's a lot of rider stuff also because some people watch both.
Toku,
Yeah.
yeah, Toku tends to cross pollinate each other a lot. All the big three, I think, tends to pollinate, but I rarely see Ultraman content on my Twitter compared to Sentai.
Same.
But those two tend to cross pollinate, yes.
Yeah. And then I followed those guys who watch both, and since they watch both, right, they post both content, so I had some content that I consume just from the tweets alone, and then there's you.
I will never shut up
The-
every week.
yeah, sometimes when we hang out, like I will talk about Sentai and Xavier will talk about his Kamen Rider, and we'll just and I got interested because Xavier got interested in Dawn Brothers, and I said, you know what, when Geats came out, I will watch it.
I'll do the same to try.
Yeah.
Because the thing, yeah, and
No. Yeah.
because the thing is, it's like sometimes, well, it's not impossible to cross pollinate. When you get too comfortable, people just tend to stay there, don't want to go out. So it's actually really interesting. It's actually really cool for you to like join in and trying out.
I have wanted to watch Kamen Rider, I think, since Saber.
Glad you dodged a bullet. Actually, you dodged a bullet.
Uh,
No one likes
you know
Saber.
what, I might still try it.
I still need to watch it too.
Yeah, I guess what the story, the concept of story out of story seems like a fine concept.
It is a fun
But
concept.
yeah, but I might just blind in go in, not just
Or
listen to other people because sometimes it's just enjoyable, but maybe not to
to
those
people
people
writing
and
nets.
consuming. Yeah, probably because if I watch it, I probably just find it decent. But if someone out of that watch Rider regularly probably wouldn't like it or like that.
Of course, because rider fans are quite like they can be critical. For the most part, I choose to acknowledge the one that can be critical about writing, and they can actually point out, okay, it's not bad. A lot of writer shows were never bad. It was the only issue is that they had a lot of ideas, but they never stuck to it, or they executed it in a horrible way. Looking at you, Daiji. So that was the case with Saber, and Zero One was also it also had the same issue. Anyways, because there was a one arc in Zero One where same writer. Hopefully he doesn't do this again. There was one arc that overstayed their welcome for so long, it actually felt dragged out to a bit, and the payoff wasn't even worth it because they kind of forgave him the moment he said, "Okay, I'm sorry." Not even putting effort to put the apology, not even like, "Okay, I have to throw myself to death," or no, just, "I'm sorry, we forgive you." That easy. If only life was that easy.
Okay, you talk about stuff. I already said like my first impression, like stepping into the Kamen Rider stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, you said that what is it?
How's the first oh yeah.
Yeah. My impression on the first episode, honestly, it was so good.
Filled with
Probably because
mysteries, right?
yeah, probably because I don't have that much how do you call it, like a benchmark.
You don't have it. Yeah, it's like me with Don Brothers. I suck up Don Brothers everything.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
I don't have a benchmark on what to say. Oh, what is the good uh rider debut? Because if you're talking about Sentai, right?
Yeah.
I would probably know like how good can a debut be, right?
Yeah.
But for a Kamen Rider, I think Geats is good. Yeah, I like it, at least to me.
If you don't have a benchmark, right? How about in the perspective of a story? Like, as you go into a show and then not knowing anything, how would you say that? How would you say like that?
I guess starting with the starting just it just enters you, just like you you went into the episode and you suddenly have this. It's suddenly the final round for the last game, right?
It's like he's suddenly the champion, right?
Yeah, he's suddenly the champion, and then like the introduction for the other riders, especially the second rider and the female rider, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's done good, to me at least, because I don't know, because like I cannot talk about like Super Sentai because right now Super Sentai, right,
Mm-hmm.
they introduce each character with one each episode, like the first episode, the first ranger, second episode, the second ranger. Before
Yeah.
this it was just like
All at
those
once.
yeah, all at once. So for me, like, okay, they already like put four five five riders, right?
Well, for the first episode,
Yeah,
there was
like
actually four. So
four, yeah, four.
wait, no, my bad. Three. There was three riders active, and
Yeah,
then
three,
the
yeah.
the main cast was at the final part of the episode.
Mm-hmm. I think it was like not too overbearing. Just they just want to show like how their personality is. Like the polar bear guy is like a firefighter, and the other guy is probably just another AG.
In a way, right? The polar bear was so cheap in a way because the reason why the polar bear was there actually was to tell the audience this is going to be a thing actually. Because if you look at the roster after the new world, the polar bear wasn't there actually.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He
He was
wasn't there.
permanently there. So if you die in game, you die. You die. Period.
Yeah. Which is which is kind of grim actually.
It is.
Yeah.
And the thing about it's also a BR. It's kind of unavoidable for death.
Mhm.
And I have a running theory too, is that if you look at the writers' names, some of them put effort, some of them feels not as much effort being put. Like, okay, so there's like the two one is like Dapan, which is panda, and Ginpen, which is just penguin, which is also literally the rider we need to. So you can kind of see who's going to be on the forefront of the stage and who's going to be in slightly back, because the weakness of writing BR, especially in a large setting, is that you cannot concentrate on everyone. That's why at least in Fate there were only 7 people, and they can balance it out. And some Fate just didn't bother on balancing out the seven masters. And other shows like Mirai Nikki, some are just kind of there in the battle royale.
Yeah.
Not even like fully fleshed out.
Yeah, I guess I watched like Mirai Nikki for like the first few episodes, and then just like what do they call them, player or something? I forgot.
I think they just call it players.
Yeah, there's like players just being there. Upper um next thing you know, they're dead already. So
Yeah, exactly. So and then moving a bit, because that's like the story, right? So you say it's good. I personally say it's more to establish the game than the characters. And then like the next world is basically via the Tanuki, the Tanuki boy. We're going to learn everything, because Ace clearly knows
Yeah.
everything already.
Yeah.
He is unapologetically, I know everything. I am good. You sit down, boy. Let me show you how the real man does this thing. How's
which is came to our mind like before we talk about how like obviously that's the current game is like the new world that he wanted, right?
yeah, that is what he wanted, or he
And that
desires.
and that makes me think, is it justifiable for him to be a player? You
Maybe,
get what I mean?
because hey, if he is the player, that means he has to play to maintain the world.
Probably. Yeah.
That could be the thing. Because we clearly know that he's participating, he's playing,
Yeah.
and there's obviously a larger god at play, because he's just the
girl,
desire.
yeah.
He's just the desire god, not the one that makes the whole entire world god.
Yeah, there's like another god that the desire god is like the desire deity. The desire is like the one that wanted things to change, and
Exactly.
the other god is to change
He's just
the
a yes
world.
man.
Yeah.
So, which brings me nicely to the character himself. What do you think of Ace? Because you have no reference to other main riders except for maybe Sento, because I couldn't shut up about it. How, as a main rider, how do you feel about him? Like being new, more relatively new to the whole community. How would you feel about him?
Oh yeah. How do I say this? Obviously because it's like the first episode, I don't know that much about him, right?
We literally know nothing about him.
We literally know nothing about him, but seeing it's like obviously it was the final, it was the finals, right, for
Yeah.
the game,
It was the finals.
and he enters the battlefield late.
Late, thinking, I got this.
Yeah, because he has his
Yeah.
trump card,
Yeah, he has his ace on his sleeve. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
and I'm guessing he's rich because he has a butler or something. Oh, that could probably not be his house. Probably like something that the players would like gather or something.
that's a bit cheat. It's a bit cheating, but I think that is his, because if you someone kind of stalked him on Twitter. Turns out that his character has a lot of very rich looking outfits.
Ah, So he's a rich boy.
He is a rich boy.
Okay. Um. Yeah, just like I said, like it's literally the finals,
So
and
kids,
he just like, oh, very chill about it. And then when he enters the battlefield, he dominates the
not
the
only the
show.
field. Yeah, he
Yeah,
stole. You could say he was the highlight of the show.
he
You
was
know,
the highlight of the show, basically.
it's his catchphrase.
Yeah,
Time
yeah,
for the
yeah.
highlight. Because the
And
thing
then,
is,
uh,
the thing with Ace, or at least cocky riders, main riders, we haven't seen it for a long time. We had this discussion, but I'll bring it to the forefront with this show. Is that the last kind of cocky rider that we had was Wizard, and before that it was like Kabuto. Kabuto was like the definition of the cool dude. He can do everything. He doesn't break or something like that. I didn't watch Kabuto as much as I should, so I can't say too much about it. I did watch Wizard, and Wizard, he was cocky to the point where there's that one plot twist, where his cockiness break, and that's kind of the whole point. But the whole point of it, right? But the thing about Ace is that his cockiness seems to also hide something.
yeah,
Like you saw the OP, right? Just now
yeah,
we
yeah.
had an OP session.
Literally,
Um,
the first frame is like him being
being
tied or something.
tied up, and let me play the henshin sequence real quick, so that not only the audience but you also can see. There's one hint where in the henshin sequence, it kind of tells me that something's off. Let's play the clip.
Are you sure you're showing it? Why?
I I
Put it
don't
up picture lagi.
I don't know if Billy's. Oh god, the delay is real. Oh no.
Oh, how big is the delay?
I don't know actually. Well, initially it was a few minutes. It was just a few seconds. Now it feels like a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Wait, I need to listen word.
Don't worry. Okay. I can luckily I can cut this for the archive. But I'll send you the YouTube video real quick for you to watch it on your end. Because at this point, I do not trust my own playback anymore.
I understand.
Where is this? Um, here you go. It's in the Discord. No, you piece of shit. There's the sequence. I'll give you a few minutes. And meanwhile, I'm going to check how long is the delay on this.
It was Kabuto, which is
Oh my god, it's so long. Okay,
and
give me a minute. Right. I'll give you a few minutes. Luckily, we can cut this in the archives, and I am also reading the chat while this is happening. Luckily, some people are pointing out things, and I am working. The things I can fix now, I can fix now. The things I cannot. As per the etc.
Okay, I actually done watching it already.
Yeah, you can see right when he puts the belt. When he spins the magnum, you can see the barbed wires and everything. Like he's locked something inside, right?
Yeah.
So that's also kind of like and also his obsession with his Caesar coin. Is slowly trying to tell me something that something's off about this guy.
Yeah.
And the whole world is desire. We don't know what he wants actually out of the world.
Right.
We don't know what he wants. So that's also a good like enigma mystery whole, because right now, if we were to write the questions down, we have first, what is the Desire Grand Prix, right? What is going on? What's the system? Who is that lady? Who is that? What's the name of the instrument? You remember that instrument that looks like a note?
Looks like a note.
Yeah. Let me Google it.
I don't know actually. I need to see it because just like that I cannot imagine.
It's the automaton
Oh, okay, the automaton.
that looks like an automaton head. And we can also see that's the first question. The second question would be like, oh, who is Ace as a whole? We know that he's the winner of the previous one. We know that the world that we were going to be watching is also the world that he desires. But that's the question: what is the world that he so desires, right? And
What would change? What would change in the new world?
what would change, and not to mention, why did he join? Because in the first shot of the episode, we clearly see that he knows that he is one of the writers.
Yeah.
Like he was expecting it. Enough about Ace though, because that's the only thing that we can come up with Ace right now, and I need to see more of him because he's so interesting. Koki has some already early on, already showing that he has some stuff going on. And so the next character is obviously Kewa, your little favorite boy here, the boy you're rooting for. How's Kewa? Well, how would you describe him? What got you interested in him?
Obviously, the face.
Of course.
That was the first. Obviously, all of the first impression is like the beauty chick.
The beauty.
Okay, but then again, like his personality is very kind. Would you say like childish? To have a world peace. Probably not childish. Probably like unrealistic or something.
Yes, exactly. He's like shonen protege, isn't it?
Yeah. Because if you remember, right, when before Geats henshin, right, before the Geats henshin, he said something about like, he thought the world would be just a peaceful place to live in, and he would have a job and he would just go on with his life.
That's not the
And
case.
that's not the case with the world, which is, so that's why I said he feels very unrealistic, but he is determined about it.
If anything, right. Well, we also get to see more of his personality prior to the interview because when he revived, it looks like he was either younger or before the interview itself. And since he got his memories back and everything, and he didn't experience it per se, you could say that he still is the person that before the job interview, before his whole idea was shattered, his whole idea of the world shattered. So we get to see more of that, and since he's a new kid and on the block, he's going to be the lens that we will go through.
Yeah.
So I would like to see his dynamic with Geats. Because clearly it seems that he's going to be our secondary writer. I have nothing.
Which is it. He'd probably be like Kohai senpai relationship or something.
Servant
And
master.
then and then you have Neon, right?
Neon, I don't have a lot to write about him, even in the first episode, because we know nothing outside that she's a rich kid. She's a daughter of a rich person who is being bodyguard and does
He
live
wants to
streams
go out,
and
yeah.
wants to go out and live out her life as an ordinary person. That's the only thing that we know. And at the end of the episode, we know that he very much likes cats, has the cat motif. And that's about it. We have nothing to write about him as a character yet. Right.
Neon Kurama.
But Neon's also from the leaks and casting. It seems like she's going to be our tertiary writer, our Sakura, if you will. So I have so much hope because Reiwa is pushing that the new generation of femme writers, and I hope because this is the same guy who wrote 01. 01 had an issue with the female writer where her she wasn't badly written in a way it's like she's being a tool or anything. It's just that her story feels like one that is a purposeless story where after she got at least to my memory, she was there, she turned to the bad guy, like, oh my god, I did the bad thing, and went to being a good guy again, and just watch her partner died in the movies. In the movies, yes.
That's
Sakura,
that's double set, I guess.
a double set.
Yeah,
And
because your story is not finished in the show, right?
it's not even finished in the show. Yeah, you don't get any sort of full closure. At least the other writers got, and also he wrote Poppy from X8. One of my personal favorites so far. I haven't finished X8 yet. I'm still doing that binge because of the writer to know what to expect. But Poppy for the most part was okay. She early on was a pretty interesting character, but I haven't finished, so can't fully put my finger on it. So I'm really hoping that he learns his lesson to write a better female writer.
Hopefully, no.
Okay. Now, what's more important than writing a good female writer is to get the eyes of the audience attention. The CG would say.
Okay.
Perfect segue. I am a terrible person to do segues. So, how's the CG? Let's not compare it to Don Brothers, obviously.
Yeah, because if you compare everything to Don Brothers,
It's an easy win.
Yeah, it's an easy win for everyone.
It's like saying, it's like saying, I can be a better person than some dictator. That's not an easy. That's not a hard thing to do. Just so. How's the CG? How's the henshin sequence and everything?
Okay, probably the CG that I like the most is obviously the henshin sequence and
The mechanical.
when he spins, when he changes.
He revolves. Yes.
When he revolves, that makes me like legit scream.
You know what's funny about the revolve scene that my corporate brain cannot unsee. It's basically almost like a tutorial on how to play the toys.
Yeah.
Because the toys gimmick is like that. The action figures, they can split and then turn their heads and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So my brain's like, oh, because I saw that, obviously being the writer when you have fandom, you see leaks and so the toys were leaked first. That's how we get leaks, through toys.
Yeah.
So
another thing about CG, right? The stage of the of the game master, right?
Oh yes.
The lady one, that one.
Mhm.
We probably see already like upper platforms, and they're just surrounding with green screen.
They were, if I
It's
remember
a
correctly, yeah,
it's a common thing to do now,
it's
right?
common. Yeah, they're basically standing on a green screen, for the most part, because if you look closer at the background, it's all 3D rendered. Not in the gaming sense or anything. It's just there, you know.
Yeah, because I remember Zenkaiju did a lot of it.
Or if not green screen, in studio stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously the backgrounds of CG, green screen. The
Then,
closer things like the stage,
yeah,
most likely stay studio.
yeah. That CG I don't mind,
I'm
but
not gonna say a lot. I hope.
yeah. I guess the one that irks me the most is the monster. I guess the castle.
The Casa, the giant Casa monster. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eh,
like uh, you know, I'm saying this right because I have no expectation for CG on any Toku.
oh hell no. I mean, if you're Ultraman, would you want to put you don't put CG, you just put a man in a costume. You know?
Yeah, and the kaiju is actually a suit for Ultraman. And they probably don't do that much CG. I don't know. I don't watch Ultraman that much. I'm
And
sorry.
also, not to mention that technically the reason why I'm giving it a pass is because writers don't commonly have a kaiju scene.
Yeah,
So we don't have a giant monster scene. So this one is because, oh, okay, let's beat the boss and we reset the world. I assume that I assume there's not gonna be any resetting of the world for quite a while. No, I never say never, you know.
Yeah, because if you listen carefully again,
Mhm.
the game master, the girl, literally said like this half year game. So it's like 6 months game. I don't know.
It's a 6 month game.
It's
Oh,
just weird because Sentai and Rider just like the series like 1 year.
almost everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
50 episodes, 50 weeks, that sounds about right.
I guess if you like 6 months can, then to one day to what is it? 1 day 2 episodes could be done. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. 6 months, oh, okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be literally 6 months. I'm pretty sure that something's going to, oh, okay. At some point, we're going to reset this or not. And we'll find out. Or if anything, it could be that Tycoon is going to be the one winning. And he gets his world peace. Because,
Yeah.
he's the only few that has the clearest goal defined so early on.
I'm rooting for him, obviously.
Little precious boy needs to be rooted,
Precious boy, which is funny because like the revised punya secondary rider is like the emo boy. Is he a secondary rider?
What, which are the buffer?
No, revise.
Revive secondary rider is Daiji, yes.
Yes.
So it's either emo or good boy until episode 40.
Yeah. I mean, Daiji is a good boy, but he is also emo as well.
Very emo. That's why he tries to suppress the emo and turns into a demon himself. God damn. I guess it's really cruel to say the first episode to hinge everything on episode 1. Literally, it feels like episode 1 was just a pilot.
Yeah.
Like it's something that it's an episode where you send it to the producers and say, this is our pitch.
Yeah, this is our premise of the show.
This is our premise. Good, green lighted. Second episode is our episode 1. It almost feels like that in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see because tonight, surprise, surprise, for anyone that is not, because I'm not gonna share the sauce because a lot of issues for sharing sauce like this. Toy. Where the second episode should be already out today because Riders new episode is every Sunday. So
Or like the earliest it could be today.
the earliest it
Like
could be today, but
the standard,
sometimes
standard time is Monday.
Monday. Yep, for
Yeah.
our time at least it's Monday.
Yeah.
Hmm. What is there to talk about? Because the first episode is short. It's weekend, and our first episode also very short. This is just a pilot. Hell, it's even very scuffed.
Yeah. Also, right, I like how just on episode 1, you can probably understand how like the whole series will play out. Like it encapsulates the concept very well. At least
Yes,
to me.
a strong starter, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is everything that's going to happen. Buckle your belts.
Yeah.
Speaking of belts,
Because I think like in most Sentai, in Heisei Sentai, right?
mhm.
Like the first episode just info dumping. I was like, oh my god. And then the second episode is very slow.
It took me a
Like-
while to get through Dawn Brothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
it slowly picked up to me when I think when I started posting the episodes to you, like episode 6 or something, and that's where I start fanboying on it because I got through the introduction slog.
Yeah, because like obviously, like I said, right, the fewer latest Sentai just like they do it slowly, they're like apa, one episode one guy, but even like Don Brothers, right, Haruka appeared for like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
And then
because Haruka's the connecting lines for us.
Yeah, and then they just move to Saruhara.
Not even Momoitaro himself, actually. We know who's Momoitaro. We just never got to meet him until like what, episode 5?
Yeah, but the thing is, right, Dawn Brothers sequence,
Mhm.
like how it been played, how it been showed, is pretty much very much different from the Sentai that I know at least. So if you feel like this is your first time, it is a first time to me too for having like that
very
kind of sequence. Yeah.
slow Sentai.
Yeah, it is very slow, but at some point it keeps the story going too. So
Because we had this discussion one time, remember? When I was asking, does all Sentai live together? Which caught my attention because, my only knowledge of Sentai was Gokaiger.
and Gokaiger lives in a ship.
It lives in a giant
basically
ship.
Yeah, they live together, obviously.
They live like a crew, so that's why when I was on Dawn Brothers, it caught me off guard because that's why I asked you. Remember, like, do they all is the concept of them having their own lives is a new thing? Because even in the even in the West, Power Rangers, for the most part, they all are together. They are together one way or another. So in the case of the older ones like Dino Thunder, for the most part, they all have their own lives, and then but they all go to the same high school. They all hang out at the same place. They're all very close friends with each other. So they're not complete strange. They have their own life, but they're not complete strangers.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, too, like it caught me off guard too when I realized that they won't be in one place forever. Like for Zenkaiger, right?
Yeah.
There's like one human, and there's like 4 like
Mechazords, basically.
yeah. They are called Kikanoid.
Kikanoids,
So, like, yeah, basically the Kikanoids live there, for obvious reasons, Sentai reasons, right?
For Sentai reasons.
But for Kiramager, right? Before Zenkaiger, Kiramager is they have their own lives. Like the Red Ranger is a student, and the other is He's like an actor, a doctor, a gamer, an athlete.
Eh,
So they have their own lives, but it's nothing like Dawn Brothers, because Dawn Brothers is just like
they're complete
yeah,
strangers through and
they're
through.
complete strangers. Yeah, if in Kilometer at least they would hang out in the headquarters almost every episode. Not
Yeah,
almost every episode actually.
and you
So
slowly
it
see
feels
the
like they live together. Yeah.
yeah, and you slowly see the pattern with Don Brothers that once they know each other, everyone kind of just hangs out at the cafe,
Yeah. Except Inuzuka,
and
obviously, because
except for the
they
dog.
don't know who the heck is Inu brother.
30 episodes in, and they still haven't know. How many are they gonna just say, oh, you're the fugitive in episode 50? I'm going to throw a chair outside.
You know what? I would give it until like episode 40. You know?
Like what, or they're saving up, because the thing is they know the separate personas. The Don Brothers knows Subasa personally as a human being,
Yeah.
especially Kijino.
Which
Kijino,
which happens to have like a middle person that
in all the conflicts, and somehow misses all of it,
every single time. Yeah.
right?
Oh, which makes me think, right? We said it a lot, right? Then it's already episode 27. They need to put out Murasame.
They need to put up Morozame, they need to put the Bestials.
Yeah, I think the conflict would start when the Bestials are in the spotlight.
Because Murasame was supposed to. It almost feels like Murasame was the perfect Bestial, wasn't it? At least with how Sonoy framed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was it called? And then the whole mystery of the missing wife here is also going to be the same case, right? We're going to have when the Bestials starts to take the spotlight. Not only Murasame is going to be on the spotlight, but also the whole mystery. And maybe then finally we get to know that, oh hey, you're Inu brother all this time? Why didn't you say anything?
Natsumiho, Natsumiho conflict.
That's a whole conflict. Oh god. Oh god, that's I never realized how perfectly that name combines for my life.
You're right, Natsumiho.
Once
Natsumi and Miho.
Miho, that's Miho. And then I guess I don't I highly doubt the Sabrians are going to be the final boss of the Dawn Brothers. If anything, hear me out. They might even get their own Dawn uniforms.
Mm,
I hope. I don't know.
but they have their own form anyway, so
Yeah, that's
they're probably stuck with it. But
it's not
yeah,
new concept.
I cannot see them as the final thing, because
It doesn't feel like a threat, doesn't it?
yeah, because like they are almost like a rival to Dawn Brothers.
Almost,
Because
yeah.
it's like, okay, who just competing who got to kill the Hitotsuki, so
Who gets to kill Hitosuke? And the thing is, they only oppose the Dawn clan, through what's it called, through ideology, because the Dawn brothers opt to save the Hitotsuki by removing the excess greed. They can still have it, and the Sabrians is like, okay, you succumb to greed, you die. No compromise.
yeah, because Cerebrans doesn't, yeah, they already said that they literally cannot be human, like cannot feel like a human.
Despite having understanding certain concepts like honor. Because I almost feel like honor is a human thing to have, because what makes a human, or at least like the idea, if we're putting into Don Brothers context, things that doesn't make sense, that have subjectives in it, are what makes humans. Things like honor, where is it law? No. Then why follow, right? Because it's the right thing to do. It's honor. It's morality. Where as which is kind of slowly something that I realize that the contradictions are starting to fill in, like what makes them human. Or there's like, they could just be human and they just choose to discard some of the emotions. Like Sorosa, while he can't love, you can see that he's excited.
Yeah.
Like especially when the duel, you can see that he's excited. He was training Sonoe and everything, and was so excited that he jumped in along with Sonomi and along with the Dawn brothers to beat the fuck out of Jiro.
I just love that one frame, no, that one scene
He just slashes. It's like, get the fuck out of the way.
when he slashes his head, literally like pong.
Get out. It's mine. Rasan, right?
I cannot wait for the next episode because I really want to know what happened to Sonoe.
I really want to know. And things are starting to pick up. Is it rare for riders for Sentai to pick up at 30?
At 30?
30 episodes?
Honestly, yes, because obviously the ending is like 50-ish.
50-ish, 40, 45-ish.
Yeah, 40. No, actually 45 is like I think 49?
49, yeah.
49, 48. So like being in the 30 and it's picking up the story is actually good. It's a good thing to do, yeah.
Hopefully. Because we still have a lot of stories. Geats, hopefully we have a lot time to enjoy the whole thing, because looking back at Revise, there were some issues that I wish I've seen it earlier with the story writing, but you know what? Bygones be bygones.
Yeah. Like obviously I want to know what Ace is about, but at the same time I really want to know about Kewa, about Neon, right?
Neon and
possibly the other riders, yeah.
Especially the returning writers like Azumo or Buffa and Geats. Like what do they want out of this?
Apparently, like Buffa doesn't even remember, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, Buffa doesn't remember, yeah. Because when he came back, he literally was asking, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And yeah, because there was only 3 riders, and the other one's dead, to show that death is permanent. Stakes are there. Stakes are high. No playing around,
Poor old man,
I mean, he was a fighter. He was bound to die anyways.
Also, right, when you said like about kill or be killed, right?
Yeah.
You can always win with point, because Buffa is not kill.
Yeah.
Right.
You could just win. No, you could. You don't have to. Winning just means you get it. You get your prize. Which is obviously what they want, right? Collecting as much points. That's why Buffa was playing it safe by saving people and killing the foot soldiers. Meanwhile, Ace here is just like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill the boss. Walk up to the boss. Ryder kicks his ass.
Yeah.
And
immediately shooting for the stars.
Really shooting for the stars. So, in a way, that we can tell, at least with Buffa's character, that he's there. He knows what he wants, but he's playing it in a way that it might be safe.
But yeah, we don't know what he wants,
What
because
he wants.
he feels very cynical.
He looks very cynical too. And if you look at Dapan's like character, or like the when it was slowly leaking out, like who they are as a character, Dapan is seemingly going to be in line with Buffa as well, actually, from the looks of it. I might be wrong.
I'm guessing the 2 uncles.
The 2 uncles don't know.
They probably be teaming up also,
Because in battle royales, it's not especially with Fortnite and Apex, especially Apex, you have to squad up in a battle royale. And at least I got a bit spoiled for episode 2. They release on a full screen there. They release all the riders' names and also who they are in the players. There are like about 90-ish players. No, not 90 lah, but banyak players.
Oh,
Like,
so
you
they
know,
will like be like, oh, like Ace, Geats, like that.
yes, Ace, Geats, and everything, and there's a bunch of symbols and everything. I'm pretty sure they don't have the budget to show every single rider, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But my theory, which segues to perfect last segment, is our theories and hopes for the show. My theory is that there's going to, especially like I said, since it's inspired by, at least if we're taking BR seriously, the game's BR seriously. Apex, you have to squad up. When you play, you have to squad up, and at least 3 people. And in Fortnite, you can also squad up and be a team, and win. And then maybe, don't know how the game system would work, but it could be that they squad up and then they fight each other.
Yeah.
That's my theory, and I kind of want to watch that. Like, okay, like imagine 3 people, and most likely, I'm pretty sure that's going to be this whole love triangle of desire is going to be Buffa, KY, and Geats. I kind of doubt Neon is going to be that willing into a fight, into a trip. But feel free to prove me wrong, writers. I am waiting. I just love to be proven wrong. Not in a narcissistic way, maybe a bit. And yeah, that's my theory and my kind of hopes. Whereas like we have a lot of mystery and we have a lot of drama, a lot of potential drama that can be made, because
Yeah.
battle royale shows are, in a way, they can be very brutal or they can be very helpful. Like no Squid Game. As much as I loathe the show because of its popularity and how the irony that comes out of that show in real life, the show puts up a really good balance of hope and despair in a battle royale setting. I dare say.
Mm.
That's my hope. I just want it to be good, or at best enjoyable. I have high hopes for this because it looks like Geats is also like riding off the hype of Revise or late Revise. And Geats, I saw a lot of reception already. Like it's starting to grow more.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like,
hoping.
okay, like the fact that the henshin sequence, right? The first henshin sequence, guy, people have already
They
compared it to
retweeted the
Revise.
fuck and everything. And
Yeah.
the design was so strong. They had a super strong start. I want it to consistently be strong. That's what I'm wishing
I would
for.
love to.
And you got any theories of your own, or you want to hope for the show, or you want to play some prediction games?
Okay, like my theories, like my predictions, right? Probably like since Geats and since Ace and Kewa probably already know each other, and probably Neon also, they will probably like okay, like Ace and Kewa, they probably have like I said, like senpai kohai. Kewa and Neon probably have like newbies to newbies relationship,
Will they? Won't they?
Yeah, probably like the first game they probably hide. I don't know. And you know what? I kind of want like Buffa and Dapan to have like
like
to
a
have like something.
like a dark duo.
Yeah, like a dark duo, or since it feels like Buffa like a lone ranger, right?
Buffa feels like a Lone Ranger.
Mm. And Dapan probably is a first timer too,
Da-
obviously.
yeah,
Probably.
he's a high schooler, I think, if I remember correctly.
Ah, and him being like almost painted like a not like a villain, but
He
like
looks
a
like
yeah,
someone who will be a threat.
yeah. And to have him with Buffa, and I just imagine like Buffa is like, who the heck are you? Just like, and probably I just wish they have a duo for this one. And yes, I also wish for this one to go strong or something.
Obviously,
And
right?
I don't know about the both of the uncles, but I hope they do something about it, something interesting.
Let's hope so.
Mm.
I guess the show overall. To sum it up, right? To summarize everything, we both liked it, right? It's safe to say that we both liked it. It's safe to say that we both hope nothing but the best for the show.
Yeah.
We're and Jay is sold on the writer community, as I am sold on the Sentai community. You know.
Yes, we just poison each other at this point.
I'm pretty sure I can poison more than just write this. Maybe it could be a topic on its own.
Yeah.
We'll see. But that is all, I guess, for today.
Yeah, that is
And
all.
this is the
We kind of like straight out a bit with the Dog Brothers talk.
don't worry. Toku is still Toku.
Oku is Oku, yeah.
Toku is still Toku. And we might start on the wrong foot. You know, first video, first series, first project, first sort of big project. I spent a whole week researching not only on the show, on the background of the show, but also research on how to, conduct all of this. It's still a learning process, and you know what? If it's tough, it's tough. You know, you learn by doing. You learn by doing.
The fact that this project has been out in our thoughts for a long time.
It's been there for 2 semesters.
Yes, it has been there for 2 semesters.
2
1 year.
semesters.
Oh no.
Almost a year, exactly. So the fact that we can start is a step.
Yes.
I'll be taking any keyword criticism, and not just empty "you sucks." I would love to get feedback on audio, especially audio, pacing, formatting, even anything right now. I'm willing to hear it. If I'm going to take it or not, it's up to me. That's how criticism works. And with that, I think we should close it off. You got anything to say?
To whoever watching right now, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and thank you for listening to our Toku babbling.
Basically, our nights on Discord, especially
Basically our daily Discord.
our daily Discord
conversation.
conversations.
Which is a good thing, because like we did this almost every day, and we can make it into a content that
We might
people
as well
can-
make it into actual content
Yeah.
to sell people on things that we like. You know, the whole premise of this whole show that I'm making is to share the things that we like. If it's popular, it's popular. If it's not, hey, you learn something new. Maybe try it out.
Yeah.
So look forward to more.
Yeah, to whoever watching, listening,
I hope you're sold on this.
yeah, I hope you're sold, or just like me, who is very new to writer stuff, and I guess Xavier, who is kind of new to Sentai stuff, could get into it, because this, although like people say that it's like, oh, like a children's teenagers thingy, right?
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
It's no secret that it is.
Yeah, it is no secret. Like, obviously it is.
It's like
It-
saying
it-
Marvel is for kids, because it technically
Yeah.
is. You know,
Yeah.
it's Disney.
Yeah, the show is to sell the toys.
It's to sell the toys, exactly. Doesn't mean adults cannot enjoy it.
Yeah, doesn't mean that
Same like
the story
Disney.
isn't good. You
You
know,
know?
we can still enjoy everything.
We can still enjoy Avengers. We can still enjoy Minions.
Mm.
You know, we can still enjoy all that stuff. It's up to
Yeah.
you. Just because what makes a kid and what makes you an adult, no difference.
Like our premise is like, if it's good story, it's good. Okay,
If it's
we'll
enjoyable,
watch it.
you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, what's childish is to assume that what someone likes is obvious, is objectively bad, unless you're into actually murdering someone. Don't do that. You know, like there's things called morals, but yeah, exactly. Like, the only thing childish about liking a media is to assume that one is superior than the other.
Yeah.
It's not. It's all preference.
Yep. And the fact that a children focus shows can be this good makes me think, makes you
It's
think about the people behind the scenes, on how passionate they are with their projects,
not only passionate, but how well they can actually handcraft shows, you know?
Yep.
Remember, if anything, right, if you enjoy that quote unquote stupid kid shows, you know what that means? It means the writer is actually going hard on a kid show. Like,
Yes.
they don't need to. They can just write Coco Melon and be done on their lives if they want to write kids content. But they chose this. So always keep an eye on that.
Yep.
And this applies to anything, not just tokusatsu, right? This applies to Saban's entertainment with their Power Rangers. They could, but then Power Rangers, you can clearly see why it's for kids compared to Sentai Riders. I'll be honest. And then
Yeah, riders for children. Probably just early to middle teens. That would be better.
yeah, actually, it's
Frame it,
almost PG-13, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so summarizing again, what are we just rambling about? Like what you want to like, whatever we're talking here, and whatever that's going to come out in the future, and whatever I will be rambling in future games and stream. Anyone that maybe came from my Twitch or my YouTube would know I ramble a lot. Will know that I'm here to share what I like. Here,
I also ramble a lot.
and you know what? If you don't want to hear my voice, but want to see something new, maybe to you, go to my Twitter. You know, I ramble there a lot as well.
Yes.
But don't worry, nothing political, nothing too what's it called, too topical, because you know the best part about rambling is rambling about the things that don't matter, because the things that don't matter ends up being something that we can just enjoy for what it is. You don't have to be afraid of it. You don't have to be worried that, oh, this fact is going to change my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to ramble about something you don't that doesn't really going to affect you, because if you start rambling about the things that will affect you, you're going to go into this rabbit hole of things. You're going to realize it's going to affect you so bad that your living is just not fun.
Yeah. And like the best thing is when you found someone that shares the media that you rambled on, so you can ramble together like this show.
Like this and any show, and the shows to come, whether with
Yes.
Jay or with any other guests, or with yours truly. Unfortunately, you're stuck with me. I am your host, and I am the captain now. I'm stealing the ship like Captain Phillips. But that's a story of another day. I don't want to go for another rambling of how the Captain Phillips story was actually played out in the real life. In any case, we have delayed for so long. We're gonna close it off now.
Yeah.
This is our first, then our last. Take care.
Thank you.